HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This segment of the news is brought to you by BTC, powered by Lime.
Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. Happy Mother's Day and good Sunday evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news tonight, detectives started Sunday investigating double murders here in New Providence that happened several hours apart. Police are tonight searching for the three men they believe are responsible for the two shooting incidents that turned fatal. Detectives confirmed today that these homicides now push the overall murder count to 40 for the year. Our Altavis Munnings has been following the story and has the details.
Police confirmed that it was shortly after 2 a.m. Sunday when they learned that a 22-year-old man was killed at the East Street shopping plaza. Officer in charge of the Central Detective Unit, Superintendent Paul Roll, told reporters Sunday afternoon during a press conference that while they believe the motive may be domestic, the victim allegedly knew the assailant. However, they are following significant leads.
Our preliminary investigation reveals that the male was attending a nightclub in that plaza, and he had exited the plaza and went to the outside where he was standing talking with some friends when a male drove up in a vehicle. This male then left, drove towards East Street, where he was observed a short time later when he returned walking, where he accosted the deceased and opened fire on him, striking him multiple times to the upper body. The suspect, as we know, left running east behind the plaza into the Jones Heights area, where we believe he may have gotten onto a motorcycle and left the area.
The second murder happened around 4:30 Sunday morning when a group of expatriates and a friend, who police identified as a 34-year-old American visitor, were enjoying a night out at Hammerhead's restaurant. Tragedy began once they left the establishment and drove onto Mackey Street.
And when they stopped, they were accosted by two males, one of whom was armed with a handgun, who rushed up on their vehicle and demanded their jewelry and their belonging. One of the females had gotten out of the car, and the male grabbed onto her bag and her neck chain that she was wearing. She put up a struggle, and one of the males got out of the car and confronted the assailant with the gun and grabbed onto him. At this point, the assailant then shot him to the chest, fatally wounding him.
Superintendent Rowe confirmed the American visitor was allegedly shot to the neck. Police have a man in custody for this murder. However, they're combing the island for two other men they believe are responsible for this homicide. Now, detectives believe this group were being followed by the alleged suspects.
We know that the first incident that took place in the parking lot of this establishment, that several persons were present when the suspect walked up to this individual and shot him. There were about 10 persons standing with him, and we appealed to those persons to come forward and help us to bring this matter to closure. Well, we have our concern with all murders because, we have an American presence here, and one crime is just as bad as the other, and at the rate at which, the country, we just have to be concerned with all of them, not only with one group.
Detectives anticipate releasing the official identification of these murder victims on Monday. While Superintendent Roll praised the public for their overwhelming support in providing information on any criminal incident, detectives are once again appealing for more information. If you can help, police are asking you to call 919-911 or your nearest police station. Altavis Munnings for the ZNS News Network.
A 5-month-old baby girl is dead tonight after perishing in a house fire on Exuma Street just south of Cordo Avenue shortly before 2 o'clock this afternoon. According to Director of Fire Services Superintendent Walter Evans, the police fire services team received a call of a fire around 1:55 p.m. and within 4 minutes they arrived at the scene and discovered a 2-story concrete structure engulfed in flames. Superintendent Walter Evans also telling ZNS News that the uncle of the infant reportedly attempted to enter the room but was not able to make it inside due to the intense heat and flames. In his heroic attempt, the uncle received injuries to his right arm and was later treated by emergency personnel on the scene. When firefighters extinguished the blaze, they discovered the remains of the 5-month-old baby girl burnt beyond recognition in one of the bedrooms of the home. Superintendent Evans extended condolences to the family of the infant on behalf of the Commissioner of Police and sympathizes with the mother of the child as we celebrate Mother's Day. Investigations into this latest fire continues. Meanwhile, a 71-year-old man is detained in stable condition in hospital tonight after reportedly being shot to the lower body around 7 o'clock last night. Police report that when the elderly man arrived at a residence on Roland Street off Boyd Road, he was allegedly approached and subsequently shot by a male who attempted to rob him of his vehicle. Police once again appealed to members of the public who may have any information that can assist police in the apprehension of the suspect to contact police anonymously. State Minister for Finance, the Honorable Michael Halkitis, says a draft legislation to implement the proposed value-added tax is expected to be completed this week. This as the government plans to have the VAT system in place by January 2014. Now, once Cabinet would have received the draft legislation, Minister Halkitis says it should be brought to Parliament before the summer break, with the debate happening in the fall. The government has already begun consultation on its white paper on tax reform, which outlines its plan for the implementation of VAT.
We've had meetings so far with the Hotel Association, the Manufacturers Association, the Bahamas Institute of Accountants. We've gone up to Andros to have a meeting up there, so we've already begun the consultations with the professional and the business groups. And so we're getting some feedback from them. And so, what we released was a discussion paper. We're taking the feedback and we'll make the changes, and we'll keep you fully informed.
Education officials are not wasting any time with repairs and infrastructural upgrades to public schools. Already, preparations are underway for repairs to some schools nationwide, with summer break just around the corner. Minister of Education Jerome Fitzgerald told ZNS News recently that a summer school to enhance students' deficiencies in reading and mathematics are also in the pipeline.
We are in the process now of getting all of the work back that needs to be done. The Ministry of Work has already gone and conducted its assessments, and so we're very early from that standpoint, and we expect that before the end of this month we will be awarding contracts and mobilizing, and the works will start the week after school finishes. And so we have a lot of work that we want to do this summer. Last summer we completed a lot, but there's some still left over, and we're renovating some schools like Our Ladies for Special Needs School, which is going to require us to spend over $1 million, and also St. Bede's. And so we have some major infrastructural work to do, and so we have to get an early start.
The Catholic Board of Education announced last November that Our Ladies and St. Bede's Catholic schools would close permanently at the end of this academic year. The government has acquired the buildings to serve as a special needs school, and Minister Fitzgerald confirmed that registration is already in progress.
I know we still have some additional space available at both, but the key also for Our Ladies, which is going to be very significant for us, is that it's also going to be a research and diagnostic center, which will and training, which will assist us in really understanding the special needs that our kids face in the country, because we already know that about 20 to 25% of kids in the school system have some degree of learning disorder, and this will really help us now to focus on it.
When the weekend edition continues, hear from several mothers who are proud of their role in the family. That story and more coming up.